A horrific scene in Nicetown. One person is dead, two more rushed to the hospital after a section of row homes collapsed, and it may have started with an explosion. Tonight, the cause of the collapse is still being investigated, with neighbors saying they heard a loud boom before the three homes came crumbling down early this morning. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Sheba Russell. Windows of nearby homes were blown out, cars on the street destroyed, and residents have been left to pick up the pieces. We'll head out to our Ellen Kaloje live at a school turned Red Cross shelter for displaced neighbors in just a minute. But first, our Greg Payne takes us straight to the chaotic scene along West Bristol Street.
I mean, it's something out of a movie.
Neighbors along the 1900 block of West Bristol Street in Nicetown in utter disbelief as they were woken up to what they say was a loud explosion.
I felt the ceiling, like, the debris from the ceiling came out, and I have glass everywhere. My windows are broken out. My car windows are broken out.
Fire crews say they arrived to the scene just after 4:45 this morning to find three residential row homes collapsed and a partial collapse to a nearby building. This viewer video shows crews rescuing a person trapped in the debris, which authorities say in their initial search, they were able to help rescue people on scene. Two women were taken to the hospital. One is in critical condition. The other is stable. A secondary search was then done later with a search dog, in which, sadly, a body of an adult woman was discovered.
After pulling through some of the rubble, we were able to find that we actually did have another victim that was in the collapse. It was also determined that that victim at that point had deceased in the collapse.
Police could be seen towing vehicles and requesting people at nearby homes to evacuate to a temporary shelter as crews work to determine the cause of the collapse. The news of the tragedy quickly traveling to nearby neighborhoods. The reason Bernard Thompson came to see the damage for himself.
I actually thought it was my block, and I slept through it. You know what I mean? I woke up this morning, it was all blasted on the TV until I had to piece it in. It was the 1900 block of Bristol Street where the collapse occurred.
As for those living on the block, they are still processing.
I watched Chicago Fire, never thought that it would personally experience, like, you just never know. You just never know. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
When you come in, when something like this happens on your block, it shakes you. It makes you start to wonder about your own property and your own safety. I would tell you, one, we have the normal emergencies in regards to, if you smell gas, you're calling 911. If you have an electrical problem or you experience an electrical problem, the lights flickering or things that seem odd or unusual, that you will call 911.
Authorities say gas and electric has been turned off in the area and that crews will be out investigating in the neighborhood for the next several days. Reporting in Nicetown, I'm Greg Payne, Fox 29 News.
And now to Ellen Kaloje live at the Red Cross shelter, where officials say at least 200 people have showed up seeking help. Ellen.
Yes, Sheba, about 200 people have been in and out of the school all day, some looking for food or water or really just looking for information. And some people are out of their homes. They're not really sure how long or when they'll be able to get back inside.
My dining room window was blown out, my kitchen window was blown out, and I believe my bathroom.
Sandy Clark lives 3 doors down from where the homes collapsed on Bristol Street, killing one of her neighbors and injuring 2 others.
I'm grateful that it wasn't me, but I'm sad that, someone lost their life.
Now she, her 6 children, 2 grandchildren, and sister wait for word outside the shelter set up at Edward Steele Elementary. But after hours with little information, her frustration keeps growing.
It's like so many stories don't make no sense. Nobody's saying anything to us. Like, it was tables out here for help. They just packed up and just left. They didn't say not one word to us, nothing.
Well, it's very unfortunate because, it's an issue of not really knowing, the unknown. And so, when people don't know, it becomes chaos when you don't know.
The Red Cross has been trying to give updates, as well as local groups that know these streets and neighbors so well.
And so when this disaster occurred, we made the call out. And because this is our neighborhood and this is our something happens to one, happens to all of us. This is family.
Families in need of everything from first aid to food and clothing to emotional support and looking for friendly faces they already know.
It's good for them to see us working together, community working together with the people that have been affected. And we're going to keep on going until we make sure everything's taken care of.
All day, a steady stream of donations poured in from people who just wanted to help.
We heard the boom, we felt it, and we knew that something was not right. So, you know, we did whatever we could do.
We had other plans, all of us, for today, but this took priority because we want our community to be safe and we want to be helpful.
Philadelphia Mayor Sherrell Parker releasing this statement tonight. The victims and every neighbor on Bristol Street and nearby are in our prayers this evening. The city is responding collaboratively and swiftly. To the public, please wait until you hear from official city agencies or officials before you respond with any offers to help the victims or neighbors. Now, many people say they just want to go home.
Very frustrating, very frustrating. I want to go in the house and take my shower and go to bed. Yeah.
Now, Sandy is still out here with her family. They're sitting out in front of the school. She's waiting to get her power back. She was told she might have it back by midnight, but she still doesn't know. Other families did get their power back, and they went inside their homes. The Red Cross, we're told, is helping about 7 families with shelter. They were the ones hit the hardest by the collapse. Now, if you'd like to donate, the mayor is asking you to please listen to her words and only help with that one official website. We have a link on our website. Just go to fox29.com. Back to you, Sheba.
All right, Ellen, just unbelievable all that happened there early this morning. Ellen, thank you. And be sure to stay with Fox 29 and Fox Local for updates on the investigation into what caused this reported explosion and deadly collapse and the help being offered to residents.